What's up, guys? Back with another educational video, and this week we are talking once again about physical and mental health. You guys may recall over the last year I've done several videos looking at the connection between physical health, exercise, and not just mental health, but also cognitive function. We have several studies now, I'm thinking of one in particular, which showed that resistance training substantially reduce symptoms of depression. We have others that have shown improvements in cognition from exercise. And now we have a study that looked at academic performance in college-level students and whether or not physical activity was associated with better academic performance. And they looked at this in terms of test scores, standardized testing, GPA, kind of anytime there was an objective measurement of academic performance, they looked at it. Now, they were able to put together 6 studies in this meta-analysis that were homogeneous enough to kind of put them together. And what that means is when you're doing a meta-analysis, you're combining a bunch of studies to try and find an overall effect. If studies are too different in their design, you can't really combine them because they're not suitable to be combined together. A lot of the inclusion criteria is meant to weed out studies that would not be similar enough to actually answer the question that you want to answer. So they looked at the effect of physical activity on academic performance. And what they found was that students who were more physically active had substantially better test scores. And the overall outcome of this was what they called a pooled odds ratio of effect sizes of 3. For those that don't know, effect sizes go something like this. A small effect size is like 0.2, a modest effect size is 0.5, and anything above a 0.8 is considered a large effect size. So a 3 is very substantial. This falls in line with the research we have now showing, again, improvements in cognition, improvements in memory, improvements in test scores from exercise, improvements in symptoms of depression. We've even seen improvements in symptoms of schizophrenia and all kinds of mental health disorders. The take home, which has kind of become a theme here, is that what happens in the body affects the mind, and what happens in the mind affects the body. We see this with the videos I've done on pain science, where your thoughts, your rumination, your beliefs about pain can actually change your pain experience. So what happens in the mind affects the body. The same thing with psychological stress. Psychological stress has been tied to autoimmune issues, mortality, heart disease. Psychological stress affects your body, and what you do with your body affects your mind. And so both are important. And I think one of the best things you can do for your mental health, not just your physical health, but your mental health, is do difficult things with your body. Go exercise. This was something that started getting talked about probably 10, 15 years ago. We did start seeing some studies come out looking at, cognitive function with exercise, because before that, it was thought of, well, lifting weights, exercise, that's for meatheads. But that's not the reality of what exercise does. Exercise, on the whole, tends to improve cognitive function and improve mental health. So, one of the single best things you can do for your mental health and your physical health, of course, is get active. And it doesn't even have to be going to the gym. It doesn't have to be resistance training, although I would encourage you to resistance train. Just getting out, being more physically active, walking, being outside, hiking, taking your dog for a walk, skateboarding, biking, whatever gets your body moving and you enjoy doing, that is going to be good for your physical health and your mental health. If you like hoisting some heavy iron like me, then do that. But if you hate doing that kind of stuff, then pick a form of exercise that you enjoy doing and go do that consistently. And if you don't have a form of exercise that you enjoy doing, if you're somebody who's so depressed, I've never experienced this, but I have talked to people who have said this, that they're so depressed, so anxious, they have trouble just getting out of bed, then perhaps that is where psychotherapy as well as possibly pharmaceuticals can help. And so there is no one size fits all, and I would never tell somebody, hey, you don't need to take antidepressants, you should just go exercise. These things are not mutually exclusive. Both can exist. Both can be helpful. If you or a loved one is struggling with depression, I encourage you to seek help. There are a lot of foundations, hotlines out there, and look for a good psychotherapist, but also get your body moving and your mind will thank you. Now, if you're not sure where to start and you want to try resistance training, we have several beginner programs on the Layne Workout Builder. You can click the link in the description and go sign up for that. You get access to all of our evidence-based programming, and we even have programs written for people with minimal equipment in a home gym sort of scenario. So you click the link in the description and sign up today. So if you're interested in the Workout Builder, you can click the link in my bio and sign up today.